Om Shanti. Good morning, Diamond Morning. Baba's Murli. Today is the 25th of 7th, 2022. In the essence, Baba says, sweet children, wear the bracelet of purity, and you will receive the tilak of sovereignty. Make a promise to remain pure. Question. With which bond do you children now have to tie yourselves? Answer. The bond of remembering the Father. By tying yourselves with this bond, all your sins will be absolved. You will be saved from committing further sin, and your souls will remain, and your souls will become pure. Question. What is the fashion on the path of devotion? Answer. To celebrate birthdays, etc. is a fashion of the path of devotion. However, there is no benefit in that because they don't accurately know the ones whose birthday they celebrate. So, you are the ocean of love. We thirst for one drop. Om Shanti. You children heard the song. These songs are celebrated by those on the path of devotion. When Bharat was elevated and worthy of worship, there were no signs of the path of devotion. There were no Vedas or scriptures to pursue, or pilgrimages, donation, or charity. There was none of that. All of those things have emerged on the path of devotion. In the song, they first say, you are the ocean of love. When he gives us a drop of that, we go from here to the pure world. However, love cannot be given to drink. It is a feeling. It is the nectar of knowledge that we are given to drink. Baba is the ocean of knowledge. Who is the creator of all of these rivers that have emerged? It would definitely be said to be the ocean. All the rivers have emerged from that. Therefore, the ocean of love is the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul. Your Ganges of knowledge have emerged from him. Your Ganges of knowledge have emerged from him. They sing his praise and his praise. You are the ocean of love and the ocean of happiness. When you give us knowledge to drink, we go to heaven. We attain salvation. The Father says, remember me, the ocean of knowledge, and your sins will be absolved. You will become pure. Who hears this verse? This is something incognito. People sing, you are the mother and father. He is the father, but why is he called the mother? It is fine to say that he is the father, but whom would you call the mother? Who drinks the nectar of knowledge first? That one comes and enters this one. That one is Shiv Baba who enters this one, Brahma Baba. When he speaks of knowledge, who hears it first? It must definitely be this one. Therefore, this one is the mother. His heirs hear first. In fact, his body is not that of a female. So where would the mother come from? This is why the word mother, Saraswati, is remembered. Saraswati has a sitar. She is a Brahma Kumari. A Kumari is praised a great deal. Brahma isn't praised as much. There aren't as many gatherings for him as there are for the word mother. The nectar of, Baba says, the urn of nectar is placed on the one who is Ganeshwari. The urn of nectar, that is the nectar of knowledge, is placed on the one who is Ganeshwari, the goddess of knowledge. He is the ocean of knowledge, that is Shiv Baba. and he alone is called the purifier. The Iron Age world is impure, and the Golden Age world is pure. In the Golden Age, there was the kingdom of Lakshmi and Nara. How did they receive the tilak of the kingdom? It is remembered that the bracelet of purity is worn when the ocean of knowledge comes. The sister considered to be the main one sits and ties a rakhi on the other brothers and sisters. The purifier father says, become pure and you will receive the tilak of sovereignty. This refers to the confluence age, when people call out to the purifier to come. There is no kingdom here. The father says, if you change from degraded and impure and become pure and elevated, you will receive the tilak of sovereignty. That tilak is not actually applied. It is just explained to you. In the impure world, it is the rule of the impure over the impure. Now make a promise. And what promise should we make? Now make a promise that you will remain pure. The word promise is just said for the sake of it, because it is a matter of knowledge. You children know that you have become the children of the Father, the purifier, the ocean of knowledge, and so you must definitely become pure. Otherwise, there is no point of tying a rakhi or applying a tilak on you on the day of Raksha Bandhan. You don't apply a tilak. They have just created a system on the path of devotion. They don't understand the meaning of anything at all. You received the tilak of sovereignty, and when? Here, everything is a matter of knowledge. And so you have to go and explain this. This is the duty of you Brahmins. A sister ties a rakhi on her brothers, but she doesn't stay pure herself. When a girl is a Kumari, she is pure, and then she becomes impure. Mothers and Kumaris all go to tie rakhis. Does that mean that they are all pure? Mothers are impure anyway. If an impure person ties a rakhi on an impure person, there is no benefit. They have created memorials of whatever happened in reality, just as they later celebrate the birthday that took place of Krishna. To celebrate birthdays and memorials is just a fashion. There is no benefit in those. There is just expenditure. They celebrate Shiv Jayanti, that is, they celebrate his birthdays, but they don't know anything. Was there the night of Shiva or Shiva's birthday in reality? There is benefit in reality. There is only loss in unreality. This is the false world. They celebrate the festival of Raksha Bandhan in a false way. In fact, it is a matter of purity. A promise is made for purity. This has only just begun. Previously, you didn't even know who the purifier is or how he comes and ties rakhis. Therefore, you must never become pure. You tell everyone, promise that from today you will definitely claim the self-sovereignty of heaven from the Father who makes you pure. We will definitely become pure. The army of Ravan who makes you impure causes you a lot of trouble. The Father says, now by remembering me, you will continue to become pure and your sins will be burnt away. God speaks, constantly remember me alone and you will become pure in this fire of yoga. There is no question of having a rakhi tied for this. The purifier Father says, by remembering me, your sins of the past will be absolved and you won't commit any sin in the future because you will remain pure. You Brahma Kumars and Kumaris explain so well. Men are Brahma Kumars. There is no praise given to the mothers. There cannot be just one mother who is a guru. This is the family path. All the festivals they have continued to celebrate have been based on blind faith. And are we saying why? All the festivals they have continued to celebrate have been based on blind faith in order for them to earn money. Previously, a Brahmin priest would bring just one type of Rakhi, and he would tie it on both males and females. He used to earn a paisa for doing that. Some wealthy ones would perhaps give an anna 6 paisas, or 2. A very wealthy person would give 1 rupee. Baba says, look at what they do now. A sister ties a Rakhi and puts a tilak on him, and the brother then gives her a very good gift. Sometimes he even gives a guinea, a golden coin, or even 50 rupees. Nowadays it's so different, it's even more. The system was changed, as it is in fact the duty of a Brahmin priest. You Brahmins are the true mouth-born creation, whereas those Brahmins are born through a womb. Only you Brahmins become deities. After becoming Brahmins, you begin to become pure. Only the one Father is the purifier. If a Kumari goes to tie a Rakhi and she then becomes impure, she loses her tilak. She cannot receive a sovereignty. Here, the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, issues an ordinance. Those who become pure will become the masters of the pure world. Only you become pure. Therefore, you first have to explain that the Raksha Bandhan is a symbol of purity. Conquer that enemy of lust, and you will become pure. Continue to remember me. The bond of remembrance is very strong because you have a burden of sins of many births. Only the Father explains how you were pure in the golden age and the silver age, and how there was the pure self-sovereignty, and how you claimed that self-sovereignty. This is how the cycle of the drama turns. The Purifier Father has come and told everyone what he told everyone, to become pure. Those who are mouth one creation of Brahma, who live at home like a lotus with their families, who become pure and continue to remember the Father, will claim a high status. So see the criteria Baba is giving for this high status. He says, those who are the mouth-born creation of Brahma, who live at home like a lotus, that is a pure life, with their families, who become pure and continue to remember the Father, will claim a high status. It happened like that 5,000 years ago. It has to happen now again. Look what the world of today is like. There is the song. What has happened to the Father? There is the song. What has happened to the people of today, son? Look how much difference there is between New Bharat heaven and old Bharat hell. There, they all used to love one another because there was the land of happiness. This is the land of sorrow. Ravan snatched your kingdom away. The story of Rama and Ravan had to be created. There used to be the kingdom of Rama 5,000 years ago. There was self-sovereignty. The Father says, now remember me alone. Whilst living at home with your family, become as pure as a lotus, and you will receive the tilak of sovereignty in the pure world. We are studying Raja Yoga. This is the study to attain self-sovereignty. Those are tilaks that Brahmin priests give, the so-called Brahmin priests. They have many types of tilak of self-sovereignty. You children receive the kingdom, that is, if you obey the Father. One criteria for getting the kingdom. If you obey the Father. This is why you ask, what is your relationship with the Palokik Supreme Father, Supreme Soul? The Father alone is the purifier. He says, become pure and become a master of the pure world. The Father is making you pure at the confluence age. It is now the confluence of, Bible says, it is now the confluence age, and that is just ahead of you. This is why you're told to belong to the Father. You are given advice. This is a matter of understanding. You are the creation of God, and so the inheritance we receive from the Father is heaven. There truly was heaven. You say that God will come and take the devotees to his land. Bible says there are two lands. So what are these two lands? The land of liberation and the land of liberation in life. Bharat was liberated in life. All of those souls who were in the land of peace at that time, all of those souls were in the land of peace at that time. When there was the land of liberation, all of them, those souls were in the land of peace. That is the land of liberation. When souls are in the land of liberation in life, heaven. Other souls are in the soul's world, which is liberation, the land of liberation. There was the land of happiness. The land of sorrow did not exist at that time. That land of happiness has now become the land of sorrow. The cycle continues to repeat. After the Iron Age, the Golden Age comes. Only the one Father establishes the Golden Age. He alone is the purifier. The pure world will be created from the Iron Age impure world. The kingdom of Rama will begin. That is the kingdom of heaven. The elevated versions of God are become as pure as a lotus and conquer lust, the greatest enemy. However, those Brahmins and all brothers and sisters are impure. Impure ones tie a rakhi on impure ones. It is only at this confluence age that the Father comes and makes you make a promise for purity. How could you receive self-sovereignty until the purifier Father comes? Baba explains to you how you can explain to others. Tell them, you first of all call out to the purifier to come here. So, to whom do you call out? You sing, you are the mother and father. Whose praise do you sing? Surely, it must be that of God. He alone is called the purifier. When he comes, he makes you make a promise for purity. Secondly, each of you has a burden of sin of many births. There is the kingdom of Ravan who half the cycle. After becoming more unhappy and impure day by day, you have now become completely degraded. Your lifespan has become short. There has also continued to be untimely death. You have to become those who, Bible says, you have become those who indulge in sensual pleasures. And those who indulge in sensual pleasures are called bhogis. In the golden age, you are yogis, will be naturally yogis, not having the knowledge though, but our life will be so pure and so conscious. You used to live at home with your families. They were said to be full of all virtues, and that was the viceless world. Baba says there is the family path. They rule the kingdom there. Marriages must also take place there, but of course, pure marriages. That is a pure kingdom. Sit and understand how the purifier, Father, makes the impure world pure. Araki is tied for purity. They say salutations to the mothers. A Kumari who also becomes a mother. Bible says a Kumari also becomes a mother. Here, all are Kumaris, mothers, and men become pure from impure. The purifier Father comes and inspires you to make a promise for purity. And the promise is, Manmanabha, become pure and remember me. There is no other way to have your sins absolved. If you experience punishment, you wouldn't receive a royal status. Those who stay in yoga and become a conqueror of sinful actions will become the kings who are conquerors of sin. And a king who is a conqueror of sin is called Vikramjit. The period of Vikramjit begins from year 1 and continues for 2,500 years. That is half the cycle. Then there is the period of King Vikram, which continues from the year 2,500 to the year 5,000. That is, King Vikram is one who performs sinful actions. People don't know the different periods. The kingdom of Vikramajit, the conqueror of sin, continues through the golden and silver ages. People have said that that age lasts for hundreds of thousands of years, and that the Vikram period, the era of sin, lasts for just 2,000 years. In fact, it should be half for each. All of these things have to be understood. The first thing is, who is the purifier? Impure human beings remember him. Pure ones don't remember him. There they have happiness, and they therefore don't remember him. In the golden age, you'll be so happy, there's no need to remember him, because he isn't there that time anyhow. He's in the soul's world. So Bible says there they have happiness, and they therefore don't remember him. Acha, okay. To the sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, the father, Baptana. The spiritual father says, Namaste to the spiritual children, and the spiritual children say, Namaste to the spiritual father. Essence for dharana, points to practice for today. First point, stay in yoga and become a conqueror of sinful action. Stay in yoga and become a conqueror of sinful action. Only by gaining victory over your sins will you become a king who is a conqueror of sinful actions. Give yourself a tilak of self-sovereignty. Second point, become pure and tie a rakhi for purity on everyone. Remain like a lotus flowers. Baba's blessing for today. May you be a successful master of yourself and rule your physical senses with the power of knowledge. Hold a court, Baba is explaining, hold a royal court of all your cooperative physical senses every day and check that none of your physical senses or workers are repeatedly making mistakes. This is because when you repeatedly do something wrong, it will become a firm sanskar. Therefore, along with checking, also change with the power of knowledge. And you will then be said to be a successful master of yourself. You will then be said to be a successful master of yourself. That is ruling all over the sense organs. All souls who come into contact with those who are successful in ruling themselves will be content, because such souls become worthy of everyone's thanks. And the slogan for today: remember Karan Karavan Har Baba at every moment, and you will not be able to have ego of the consciousness of I. Remember Karan Karavan Har Baba at every moment, and you will not be able to have any ego of the consciousness of I. Om Shanti. So let's have this remembrance of Baba and be conquerors of any sinful actions. Do have a very powerful day in Baba's remembrance. Om Shanti.